Welcome today from Van Wagner to the Tribe Sports Network. William & Mary hosts the North Carolina A&T Aggies in a big CAA showdown. It's not only Family Day here at Zable, it's also Pink Day, a tribute to those who have battled cancer and are still battling the disease. Hello, everyone. This is Jay Colley. And today, along with a Tribe grad and former NFL and college coach Kevin Rogers, we can't wait to tell you about this one. Kevin, both these teams coming off tough losses on the road last week.
Yeah, they've got to reload, Jay, and start all over again, where they got to be resilient and start from down one.
By the way, special teams had their ups and downs last week. The Tribe gave up a 100-yard kickoff return, while Keegan Shackford forged a 37-yard field goal, his first of the year for the Iowa State grad. Special teams are always important.
Yeah, and don't forget, A&T had an 85-yard punt return last week for a touchdown. So we've got
back with more after this timeout from our broadcast sponsor, Visit Williamsburg. CAA, both these teams really looking for a victory this afternoon. Time to take a look at the series history between the Aggies and the Tribe, presented by Visit Williamsburg. This is just the second meeting between these two programs, with the Tribe taking the series opener 45-7 a year ago. Today will be North Carolina A&T's first visit to Williamsburg. As we look at the standings, with the Tribe loss last week at Villanova and North Carolina A&T's loss at Maine. Both these teams were in the game late, but both come out losers last weekend.
Yeah, and they've just got to reload. I mean, it's only one-on-one, and there's a lot of season left in front of them. But it's with each game that they've got to develop a sense of urgency.
Well, let's look at the team comparisons. 5 games into it, Kevin. These stats now are a little more meaningful than they were after a game or two.
Yeah, they sure are. Statistically, William & Mary holds a slight edge in every offensive and defensive category. The emphasis is the final score, and again, I've always thought that statistics were for losers, and the only statistic that counts were the final score.
Well, look at that bottom one, though. Tribe +4 and the turnover margin. North Carolina A&T -6. That'll be something that we'll look for later as this ball game progresses. William & Mary students, college life is just more thrilling. With Busch Gardens Williamsburg College Pass, students can enjoy unlimited visits, including the scares of Howl-O-Scream, plus unbeatable perks like free parking and in-park discounts, all at a price made just for students on a budget. Go to buschgardens.com for more. Keep Tribe athletes healthy, strong, and ready to perform at their best. And we're here for you too. Visit their convenient clinic on North Henry Street, right here in Williamsburg. Stay tuned next for the opening kick. North Carolina A&T Aggies versus the Tribe of William & Mary.
Punt for 85 yards and a TD. Tribe gave up a 100-yard kickoff return last week versus Villanova. So we do those things and improve on those things, you got a better chance to win.
Fans, every sack this season is a sack to give back. Food Line Feeds will donate 1,000 meals to William & Mary Food Pantry each time the Tribe defense sacks the opposing team's quarterback. The Tribe will kick off first and foremost this afternoon, and Sam Braidwood will do those chores. All gray uniforms for William & Mary today on Family Weekend. Well, this town is just packed. Most everybody wearing the green and gold this weekend.
It's hopping, Jay. There are people all over the place.
Yeah, and a deep for the A&T Aggies, Elijah Kennedy and Cortez Lane. Good crowd settling in. We're expecting 10,000 or more. There's the kick, like a little bit of a pooch kick, and this ball will bounce at the 15-yard line, taken sideways. That is that young man, Elijah Kennedy, who ran the football back 85 yards last week for a score for A&T. It showed me something last week going up to Maine. The Aggies down 3 touchdowns, Kevin, and yet they had the gumption to come back and nearly win that game.
Well, the game ended on the 20-yard line, and it was a tremendous comeback on their part.
Clayton Dobler, by the way, the special teams man that made that tackle. Starting quarterback for the Aggies, Kevin White.
Great speed, so the offense is always playing with 11 guys with quarterbacks of his ilk.
Yeah, I tell you what, a local product too, as he hands the football off to Wes Graves up the middle. About a 5, 6, 7 yard pickup. Back to White, a sophomore, out of Newport News, a Green Run, where he had some pretty good numbers as a high school senior.
Yeah. They're lined up in empty formation here.
Second down, 7, that last play. Gaining 3 yards. A&T Aggie, and it will bring up a third down and 7. To Tribe stunning there, Coach, or are they getting it done with 4 down linemen?
They got 4 down. They played 1 high safety. You know, real good defense by the Tribe.
Jordan McDonald was pressuring the quarterback, Kevin White. Third down and 7 to go. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Tight end set to the far side as well. That's the short side of the field. Now a man in motion over there. That's Monte Jones. Long count for the quarterback, White, on third down and 7. Steps in the pocket, throwing it over the middle, incomplete. Well covered by the Tribe defensive team right there. Looked like might have been Monte Jones, and was the intended receiver. And
they did a real good job. Williamsburg did a nice job of faking blitz. I think put a little panic in the quarterback's mind.
Caden Trotter, I think, was the defensive back on the play, and the punter is in the game. DJ Page, averaging around 42 yards per punt this year. There's a flag down and a pretty good punt. That ball will turn over and be taken on the run at the 31-yard line. Good running room across the 40 and out to the 43. That's Damian Harris. So a nice return, and we'll see what the flag is all about.
Like to me, somebody might have lined up all sides.
Well, if it was a Tribe, it would be a 5-yard penalty, and they would certainly want to take it because it was a pretty good return by Damian Harris, and the officials are talking. Coach London, one of his mantras this week is just, get by this game, get a victory, and the Tribe has an off week next week and returns here in 2 weeks from this afternoon, taking on Elon, and get rid of some of those soft tissue injuries that we have this time of year.
Yeah, and it's coming at a good time, right? Right at the midway point is when you want your open day.
2 fouls by the defense.
Let's go down the field.
Offsides. 54. Lined up over the center, illegal formation. That penalty's declined. There'll be 5 yards added to the end of the kick. First down, William and Mary.
Well, 2 penalties on the play, they claim, and we only heard 1, but it'll be a 5-yard mark-off against the Tribe as they lined up offside. You guessed correctly, Kevin, and the Tribe will have it. And as we talk about Tyler Hughes, the Tribe starting quarterback.
Yeah, who I think is getting better and better every week. You know, he's good at everything. You know, he can run the ball, he can throw the ball. You know, he can make people miss.
Well, you're a man that certainly coached a lot of great quarterbacks. One particular one, Brian Randall, here at William & Mary. You were a quarterback coach at Virginia Tech during that era. Also a guy named Donovan McNabb at Syracuse. So you know of whence you speak, and you think Tyler Hughes has a lot of upside.
I don't know him personally, but watching him perform, what kind of kid he is, the amount of work he puts into preparation on a weekly basis, indicate to me that the guy's got a bright.
Gibbs is going to try to kick that ball, punt that ball away again, because the Tribe had great field position, and indeed I think after review, that's what's going to happen. The punt team back on the field.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Well, they almost ran a play. So the 5-yard mark off will put it to the 33. Now it's a 4th down and 2 or 3, and still the punter on the field. That's DJ Page for the North Carolina A&T Aggies. Aggies have really struggled in this league. That was a real slugfest, real close game. They played well last week against a pretty good Maine team too. That was on the road too. Tough place to play, as we well know. Good lobster though. Here's the kick again. A nice kick this time, and a fair catch. Nope, they're going to run the football. A flag goes down as he bobbled it momentarily. That was Damian Harris on the 2-yard return. So the ball will be placed at around the 29 before they talk about this penalty.
Yeah, you know, which is pretty good field position considering they're 3 and out as far as the
foul because the player was blocked into the receiver.
Right, correct.
So now we go back to talking about Tyler Hughes, the junior out of Marietta, Georgia, 6 foot 200 pounder. He's got the build, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. You know, he's more the prototypical dual threat quarterback in today's football. You know, back in the day, you used to have to be 6'4" or 5 to play the position. That's not the case anymore.
Threw for over 7,000 yards in his final 2 years at his high school in Marietta. There's a run to the right side, and that's going to be still on his feet. Getting away, 9 and 1 play, and the Tribe's already in A&T territory, and here's a replay.
I believe it's a read sweep. He's going to decide whether he's going to hand the ball off or keep it himself based on the technique of the defensive end.
Well, good running by Armon Wright. Rashad Raymond is the tailback in this occasion, getting the start this afternoon here for the Family Day crowd, and he will not get the football. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he'll be thrust forward at the 46-yard line. Gaining a couple, 2nd down and 8. Making the stop for Mitchell Etheridge for North Carolina A&T.
Again, I think they just ran a read zone. This time it was an inside play as opposed to outside play, but they were, again, reading the defensive end as to whether the quarterback was going to keep it or hand it off.
Damian Harris and Joseph Johnson to the near side for the green and gold on 2nd down and 6 to go. Gain of 4 yards on the carry by the quarterback Tyler Hughes. Tight end sets up to the near side. That's McElwain. He'll roll this way and throw back to the left, and that will be just overthrown down around the 31-yard line. Damian Harris was the intended receiver.
Good coverage.
Here's the Embassy Suites just starting on up for William and Mary. You want to get this opening. You want to get this running game going today.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're you know, it's kind of anemic. We're about 3.2 yards per carry. You know, you'd like it to be around 5.
Yeah, that's up front guys Fry, Lynch, McKenna, the 60-year graduate captain, Rayleigh and Clemens. Back to pass, and he will run the football. Nobody open. On 3rd down at about 5, he'll gain about a yard. So it'll be 4th down and probably a punting down for sure for Coach Linden to consider.
Taking a chance here. I think I'd punt them and try to punt the ball and try to pin them back in their own end. But
his last play was made by Tim Alderman. We didn't get a chance to talk about him, but he is an all-conference type linebacker.
Yeah, sure, he sure is. He's leading their team in tackles and has 4.5 sacks.
So the Tribe appears to be going for it on 4th down and 4. There's the snap. They're going to go through with it, and they're throwing the ball to the right side, and that a little bit of a miscommunication there. And there's a man on a go pattern. I think the quarterback Tyler Hughes thought he was going to stop at some point in time. Devin Thompson, I think, the intended receiver.
Yeah, they're playing
on the downs, turnover on downs. When we return, it'll be North Carolina A&T football in a 0-0 tie here at Zable Stadium.
Get rewarded for your Natitude by becoming a Nats Plus member. Enjoy up to 30% savings on concessions and team store merchandise. Take advantage of the flexible ticket exchange program. You'll also get exclusive access to events with Nats players, a dedicated member entrance, guaranteed member today, and start enjoying perks now at nats.com/2026.
MASN, your home for National Space.
Because of that, North Carolina A&T, Kevin Rogers will enjoy pretty good field position, getting it at their own 43.
There's no question. You know, I think we gave up an opportunity to get them pinned back in their own end. You know, but we didn't flop the field.
Two receivers to the near side for Kevin White and company. Gold pants for A&T. Dark helmets, white jerseys, dark numerals here as they are on the road for the second straight week. And there's a handoff to the right side. Great hole, and still on his feet. Finally tripped up inside the 50 and down to the 42-yard line. They'll move the chains. David Ruley coming up and making the stop there. And I believe that might have been Wes Graves. Scored 3 touchdowns. Felt like a spark plug. You know, 5'9", 235 pounds, and he has the ball again. Again, a nice hole. He'll run off the left tackle inside the 45 and down to around the 41. That's a gain of 5. Second down and 5. Bryce Barnes coming up making the play.
No huddle right here.
A little bit out of the Tribe offensive playbook.
Yep. Trying to keep them in a base defense.
When you do this, you kind of hurt the defensive opportunity to bring in extras, right?
Exactly.
3 receivers to the far side. They'll hand the football off again. This time, nothing doing as Graves is caught in the backfield.
Looks like the Aggies are trying to line up in a lot of unbalanced line.
Harrison Johnson made the stop, and Jaden Boring also. Third down and 5. Tribe is really beaten up front. You got guys like Gint Vasey, Davin Zizinho, a captain and certainly a starter, out for this game. The youngsters are having to prevail this afternoon. Third down and 5. White back to pass in the pocket, going to run left side. That looked like he called his number from the get-go, and he's going to be chased down and dropped before the first down marker. And guess who? Luke Banbury. I haven't called his name today, but he's always around the football.
Oh, I tell you what, you can tell he just loves to play, boy.
Here's a replay by Capital Awning, proudly owned and operated by Tribe alumni and serving all Central and Tidewater, Virginia. Capital Awning, they've got you covered. Fourth down and 3, and I don't think they're going to punt the football away either. Both these coaches
I'll take it.
came to play, didn't they? A little gambling, and right now a timeout North Carolina A&T. So typically that would indicate they're going to go for it. I don't think you'd call a timeout to talk about punting it.
I'm not sure they knew what they wanted to do. I'm sure there were some coaches on the sideline saying go for it and some saying punt it. So, you know, they're getting it straight.
Here's the away offense brought to you by Embassy Suites. Talking about Kevin White. Talk about their up front guys. Not a huge up front line. Kevin Rogers, 275, 285, 300, 315, and 310. Hard to believe anymore. That's not a huge line.
In our day and age.
What were they when you were playing in the 70s with the green and gold?
You were a giant if you're 250 pounds.
And what did you play at?
Probably 220.
Okay. You were a semi-giant. Wes Graves is the running back to pass on fourth down as they go for the first down, and they get it, a throw over the middle complete. And that'll be good enough to Jay Vone for a 1st and 10 for North Carolina A&T. So the Tribe went for it on 4th and 5, failed. North Carolina A&T goes for it, and they are now 1 of 1 in 4th down conversions.
Yeah, and with great field position, you know, wide open, right over the ball. Must be in 3 deep zone. They threw the ball right between the linebackers.
First down and 10 of the 28-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side, tight end to the far, and they will fake a handoff. Back to pass he goes. The quarterback will throw it on the run. He's got a man inside the 10, inside the 5, and 1st and goal, just like that. Anthony Rucker, the tight end, makes the catch for North Carolina A&T. Luke Banbury with a potential touchdown-saving grab for now.
Again, a really good play. Really good play by their quarterback, being creative in the pocket. You know, kept the play alive and his eyes downfield and took the easy completion.
Well, you sniffed that one out from the get-go. We were talking about this game earlier this week, and you said Kevin White can flat out beat you when he gets hot, and he appears to be that today. White, the quarterback, under center, the 300-pound center. The handoff to Wes Graves, and he'll plow forward. Did not get the first down, but may have gotten a half yard. We'll bring up second down and goal. Again, some youngsters playing on that front defensive line with guys like Brady Eccles and a redshirt freshman, Justin Kruger, a redshirt freshman, Ty Gordon, a sophomore, Cam Heath is in there, a freshman walk-on out of Oscar Smith at Chesapeake, and they've got their hands full right now for a second down and goal from the 2.
They sure do. One shot at a time.
Offensive looks like it's going right, and it will, and he will step into the end zone for a score. Touchdown, Wes Graves, his 4th touchdown of the year, and the North Carolina A&T Aggies have taken a 6-0 lead.
You know, and this is something that I felt was really important to the Aggies was getting off to a good start. You know, in almost every game they've played, they've had to come from behind, and this is the first time this year they've taken the lead in the first quarter.
Andrew Brown will attempt the extra point. He is 13 of 13 in extra points this year. 6-0 at the 7:29 mark. Nifty drive. It was a shortened, remember, because the Tribe gave him pretty good field position, failing on a 4th down and 5 at around the 40-yard line. The kick is up, and it is good. He is now 14 of 14 on the season in extra point tries, and with a score 7-0, A&T on top. 7:29 left in the first quarter. We shall return after this timeout. Tribe moment. That happened on a family day a few years back. A big touchdown to Chase Hill. That also was one of the instrumental wins over Delaware that propelled the team into the playoffs and the national semifinals. What a year it was, 2009. Kevin Rogers, tell us about that nice drive by North Carolina A&T.
Yeah, they had an 8-play drive, 57 yards, took 4 minutes and 16 seconds, and Graves ended it with a 2-yard run. So they've accomplished one of their goals already, and that's to stay in the game early.
Here's the kick. The ensuing kickoff, that's Jordan Whitelow, and he'll have a return possibility at the 1. He's at the 10 quickly, a little bit of an opening at the 20, and it enclosed very quickly at the 22. That's where the Tribe offense will be on the football field for the second time today. Jay Colley, Kevin Rogers, Pete Clausen, the director of broadcasting, up here with us in the booth this afternoon. Gorgeous day. We talked about that many times.
Boy, it's absolutely perfect outside.
Even for a player, right? I mean, the coolness.
No doubt. You know, as opposed to the last 2 home games we've had, we've got delayed, several times.
Hey, Noah Brannick is in the game early. He has played a little bit now. Noah's first play will hand the football off to a hard-driving Rashad Raymond, who moves it over the 25 and out to the 27. 6-yard pickup. There's Coach Mike London, who made that decision, and/or again, not putting anything into this, right? But right now, Tyler Hughes is not playing, and the backup Noah Brannick is the quarterback.
When he's gotten the game, he's played well. There's just not enough evidence right now to face much of an opinion.
Throw back to the left side to Rashad Raymond, who will scamper over the 35 and out to the 37. They'll move the chains for the green and gold. 1st and 10 for William and Mary, and the Tribe very quickly back up under the center. He'll fake to throw to the right, now going to run that football, and he will just barely get back to the line of scrimmage. It's second down and 10. That was Cam Maddox, the safety, coming up making the play. Damian Harris checks in. Armon Wright will check out of the lineup.
Again, right here, what you want to do is you want to try to run a play to get you back on schedule. 3rd and manageable is what you want to get to.
Tribe has been hot. They're 2-0 here at Zable Stadium, 2-0, and won 14 out of the last 17 games when played here. In this one, 7-zip. Late in the first quarter, back to pass Brannick. He'll flip that ball downfield, pretty good arm, and that's going to be intercepted at the 26-yard line. Intercepted by the Tyler Howard, the safety for North Carolina A&T. Kind of threw that one up for grabs, and Joseph Johnson tried to come back on the ball, but could not quite get it. Tyler was there.
got pressure in his face and looked like a panic throw. And obviously it was short and got picked off. But again, you got to wake up here.
Turnovers this year, or lack thereof, +4 now +3 if you will. But North Carolina A&T, that's been a bugaboo for them. They're -6.
-6.
Quarterback is Kevin White. Shamik Blizzard is the tailback. Talk to you about him in just a moment. And they will, before the whistle, throw a flag. All start. The
5-yard penalty.
Andrew Dorsey. I think everybody got the memo but him.
Looked like it to me. I mean, I don't know if the center ever snapped the ball.
I don't think he did. Dorsey, their 6'3", 300-pound junior out of Atlanta. If you're the parent of an offensive guard, the only time you're recognized by the official.
That's right.
When you do something wrong.
It's part of being an offensive lineman.
And a parent. First down and 15. Shamik Blizzard is the tailback. We'll talk about him in a moment. Man in motion. They'll hand the ball off to Blizzard. It'll go straight up the gut across the 25 and out to the 27-yard line. 6-yard pickup for Blizzard, a 5'8", 191-pounder out of Chesapeake's Western Branch. And listen to this. Last year, when the Tribe kind of trounced Harrison Johnson made the stop for William and Mary. Back to pass. Right side pass. That ball's going to be incomplete. No, complete, they say. I thought he stepped out of bounds before he caught it, but evidently not. Amonte Jones makes the catch, and they chew off a little bit more yardage. It was first and 15. Now it's third down and about 6.
Which is good, you know, for William & Mary's defense. The key is, you know, playing here, we don't want to play soft and off.
Well, the cornerbacks are certainly pressing right now, aren't they? Tight end to the far side. Third down and 6. White in the pocket. Gets away. No, he does not. That is a sack. Ty Gordon making the sack. Nowhere to go for the quarterback Kevin White, as Ty Gordon will get some handshakes and hugs as he comes off the field. Another sack to give back. Another 1,000 meals delivered by our food friends at the Food Lion to our also the sack leader on the team. Another sack to give back. Food Lion Feeds just noted another 1,000 meals to our neighbors in need. Thanks to the great folks at Food Lion, and thanks to Ty Gordon. There's a snap. It's bobbled, and the punter's in trouble, and he'll try to get rid of it. Can't. The ball's still free and picked up and diving into the end zone. Touchdown, William and Mary. Touchdown, green and gold. Clayton Dobler gets a touchdown there for William and Mary, and the Tribe is a point away from tying this game up. And believe it or not, that's the second touchdown of Clayton Dobler's career.
That was a great play at a big moment.
Earlier this year, Clayton had a blocked punt return. This one was not quite blocked. I don't think the punter ever got his foot on the football.
No, he panicked and started to run, and then, you know, he was going to try to punt it on the run, but couldn't get it off.
Here's Keegan Shackford. The kick is up, and it is good. 3:47 remaining in the first quarter, and William and Mary has used those special teams, Kevin Rogers, to tie this game up.
Big. It's a low snap, and punter fumbled the ball. But again, big play. Big play.
Hey, every touchdown is a Tribe touchdown. Town Bank, serving others, enriching lives. The extra point brought to you by Waypoint. Season ticket members can receive a free appetizer every game weekend at Waypoint Seafood and Grill.
I'll tell you what, I think it was a good call by our special teams coach right there going after it. They obviously saw something during the course of the week in their film studies that showed a little bit of protection problems as far as their punt punt is concerned.
That's Coach Blackwell you're talking about.
Yeah.
We visited with him during our coordinators call this week, Kevin. And I think I knew this prior to this, but you brought up that one of your sons is the special teams coordinator with the Carolina Panthers.
His son-in-law.
Son-in-law.
Son-in-law, yeah. He's been with the Panthers. He's a football baby, been coaching his entire professional career, and his dad is a long-time NFL coach.
Married into a football family, too.
Yes, he sure did. He sure did.
So it's a 7-7 ball game after that big botched snap to the punter. And here's the ensuing kickoff. Braidwood, short kick will be taken.
He fair caught it.
He sure did. The 24-yard line. And on comes Kevin White and company. Keep in mind that punt was forced by a good 3 and out by the Tribe defense on that last occasion.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Got a real couple of special halftime guests. Our sponsor today is VCU Health. We'll interview Pete Clausen. Had a chance to sit down with one of their outstanding doctors and local doctors, and also Brian Earl, the head. For that, however, 3:47 still left in the first. There's Sean Gibbs in his first year at the helm with the Aggies. Coach Gibbs has had a long career. There's a handoff left side. That is Wes Graves getting an opportunity here, and he'll run for 13, and that'll give the A&T Aggies a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 to the 38-yard line. Capital awning replay there.
That play was the same play at Villanova ran against us with good success. So a little copycat here by A&T.
You coach it. It's plagiarism, if you ask me. 1st and 10. Quarterback will fake a handoff over the middle. It is a completed pass. Second catch of the game by Jay Vone. 6'2" sophomore out of Lithuania, Georgia. Came in one of their top receivers. He's got 19 catches on the year now.
That's terrific. That's terrific. You know, like I said before, Kevin White had some amazing high school statistics, you know, and you can see right here, he's a pretty good football player.
Got a good spiral on that ball, too, doesn't he?
He throws it tight.
Wes Graves, the running back behind him.
Unbalanced again.
2 receivers to the near side. Yep, with the tight end. They'll run it that way. Now he'll cut back, and he'll get down to the 45-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but Wes Graves, more times than not, gets positive yardage.
No doubt. Just keep him on schedule. 2nd down and 6.
Gerald Williams up front made the stop. 6'2" junior at a Good Counsel High School in Maryland. 2nd down and 7 now for the North Carolina A&T Aggies in a 7-7 ball game. One man in the backfield, and he will get the football. Nope, the quarterback's going to keep it. What a nice fake. And William Mary, certainly the defenders thought the running back got it. That's Kevin White taken off, and he'll get a big first down to the 25-yard line. David Rowley may have saved a touchdown there, as Kevin White's hard to bring down.
You know, he's what the scouting report said. Again, it's a read play. He's reading the defensive end. The defensive end goes down on the back. Quarterback will pull it and run.
Kevin White, the quarterback. Beside him is Shameik Blizzard. Man in motion, and they will flip that ball. That's going to take off with a pretty good hole. He gets between a couple of the defenders and is finally wrangled down inside the 15 into the red zone of the 13-yard line. That was a Monte Jones on the flip. I think actually that will go as a forward pass.
Absolutely. You can tell right now this team has good overall skill speed.
Little flip pass forward. Kevin White now 5 of 7 and 65 yards in the air. He's off to a great start and trying to give his team a lead here. They'll handle the 9-yard line. They'll bring up 2nd down and 5. They must get to around the 5-yard line in order to get a first down. And I believe there are no hurry to get another play off before the first quarter comes to a close. So we're at the end of quarter number 1 with North Carolina A&T knocking on the door for a score in a 7-7 ball game here at Zable Stadium on Family Day. Head on and falling forward to the 7-yard line. That was Jamison Warren, their wide receiver, making that catch. And Bryce Barnes came up and hit him pretty good, but he fell forward for a couple of yards. And it's a huge 3rd down opportunity here. Huge 3rd down stop opportunity brought to you by Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. With Kevin White's ability, Kevin Rogers, what are you expecting here?
I'm expecting one of those read plays again. So right now I would say he's reading the right defensive end and faking the ball to the fullback.
Well, that's Trey McDonald over there, the defensive end. The transfer from Virginia Tech. 3 receivers to the near side. He's looking this side to throw the football, and he found Jay Vone, his 3rd catch of the year, right at the goal line. Did not get in evidently, but that does give the North Carolina A&T Aggies a 1st and goal to goal.
Again, they got us in man coverage, ran a rub or a pick play, and it was an excellent throw in a small window.
Nice job of the camera crew right on the goal line. David Ruley making the stop for the Tribe, and it's 1st and goal at the 1. Inside the 1. Jay Vone wide to the right side, but we'll probably see Wes Graves, and we do, and he will get in to the end zone for his 2nd score of the day. 5th touchdown of the year for T. They bounced back very nicely after the Tribe got a touchdown a moment ago.
They've done a great job. And, you know, they controlled the ball in that first quarter for 11 minutes and 7 seconds compared to our 3:53. You know, they rushed for 106 yards in that first quarter. So, you know, we got to stiffen up against the run, and we have to be able to run the ball.
Andrew Brown, who is perfect this year from extra points, will attempt another one, his 2nd of the afternoon. The snap's good, and so is the kick. 13:26 remaining in the first 75-yard drive. It's 14-7. They keep Tribe athletes healthy, strong, and ready to perform at their best. And they're here for you too. Visit their convenient clinic on North Henry Street, right here in Williamsburg. 14-7, North Carolina A&T have gone off to a good start against the backdrop of a very good crowd on hand on this Saturday afternoon. It is family weekend. It is the pink out. Our memories of folks that we have known have battled cancer, and our tribute to them and tribute to those that are currently battling that disease and hoping for a cure. Good to have you with us right now. If you're an Aggie fan, you got to be pretty happy with the way your team has come out and slugging.
Other than that punt, they played extremely well.
Here's the kick, and that ball will be out of the end zone. So the Tribe will get it 1st and 10 at their 25, and we'll flip the charts with the Tribe offense coming out. It's going to be interesting to see if it's going to be Tyler Hughes or Noah Brannick. Both have played today. And again, we don't know. Tyler has had a little bit of injury susceptibility, let's just call it that, this year, as Noah's had to come in for him a couple of times. And it's going to be Tyler Hughes answering the bell here in the 2nd quarter. Rashad Raymond will be his feature back. 2 receivers to the near side with McElwain, the tight end. Tribe's been outgained 116 yards to 46. There's Tyler Hughes on the run for 3 yards. Called his own number up to the 28-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Cameron Dalrymple on the play defensively for the Aggies.
Still trying to establish that run game, which is going to be critical.
Yeah, you know, you've been a coach for most of your career, Kevin, and you don't go out of your game plan this early in the game,
no.
No matter what the score is, hardly. You studied all week, you study film, you got something that you feel like will work, and there's a fake of a handoff. Tyler Hughes got a scramble now, just going to throw that ball away. Had nothing to do with it.
They were trying to go with a long ball right there, and he didn't have it.
Alderman put some pressure on Tyler Hughes, the junior.
You know, the scouting report on A&T was that they were going to play a lot of different fronts and coverages. They have not. They've been pretty base.
3rd down and 7. Back to pass. Over the middle it goes. A little high. Joe Johnson could not bring it down. And North Carolina A&T is forced to punt here. Tyler Howard, the safety, was right there on the play. A little high.
A little high. You got to come down with that one, though.
A&T coming into this game, as we were mentioning, at 1-4, but they had a tough loss to begin the season to Tennessee State, 24-21. That team coached by Eddie George, the great running back in the NFL. There's a low snap again to a punter, and there's nothing doing. Carter Page will be thrown all the way back at the 17-yard line. That ball is picked up, however, and he'll run it back to the 33 unless they have him down back at the 17. But either way, it is a disaster for the Tribe special teams, as North Carolina A&T is going to have a great field position.
Yeah, again, a bad snap and a drop.
There's a flag on the play, we think, although I don't see it. That snap was low, and here's a good look at it as we go to the Capital Awning replay.
The ball was loose. I think they're going to give it to us.
So they're really taking their time discussing what the penalty is. I think either way, it's got to be A&T ball, right?
In all likelihood, yeah. Probably 15-yard difference.
Well, what do you think the penalty could be, Kevin? There we go. Well, I guess we don't have to wonder anymore.
94 was carrying the ball. He fumbled. Another player picked it up. The play is dead at the 18-yard line. North Carolina A&T's ball.
Yep, they're going to negate the pickup by the Tribe player, as the previous player was downed at that time. And so great field position for North Carolina A&T, leading this football game 14-7. Wow. And Kevin White and company have the ball already in the red zone. Brady Eccles, one of the defensive linemen up there. Ty Gordon is also on the front line. Justin Kruger. Of course, the rushing end to Jordan McDonald. They got their hands full here. 18-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Aggies. Kevin White, the quarterback, looking over the Tribe defense. The snap and the handoff on the right side, and he'll get down to the 15-yard line. It's hats on helmets on this drive for A&T, as Wes Graves carries the ball for 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Keep going back to that well, wouldn't you?
A&T is doing a good job blocking. I mean, they knocked us off the ball on that play.
Shamik Blizzard is now the feature back. Tight end to the near side for A&T, leading at 14-7 and threatening. The snap and the fake of the handoff to Blizzard. Back to pass, has some time, floating it left side, overthrows the intended receiver. Pretty good coverage down there by the green and gold. That was Anthony Rucker, the intended receiver. David Rowley was around the football for William & Mary. And it's now a third down and 7.
Money down right here.
Third down opportunities. A&T 1 of 4. Third down opportunity defensively, brought to you by Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. The best pass in the pocket, steps up over the middle, bobbles it incomplete. Tribe might have got a break there, and nonetheless it's fourth down. Shamika Blizzard could not hang on to it, and here comes the field goal unit, and they've got an outstanding field goal kicker in Andrew Brown.
Again, he's got a good chance to score on that. You know, he was wide open. Good play by the quarterback. Maybe throw just a little bit high.
Andrew Brown, the senior, 2 of 4 this year in field goals, but he hit a 49-yarder earlier. This is a 33-yard effort. It's up, and it is good. 11 minutes and 32 seconds remaining until halftime. The score now, it is William & Mary trailing it 17-7 to North Carolina A&T. So if you're an Aggie, you come in 1 and 4. You come out after the trip to Orono, Maine last week with a tough loss by 1 score. You come back, and they have prepared for this game, and right now they are not only in it, they're winning it.
Yeah, the coaching staff at A&T's done a hell of a job. These guys are playing their butts off, and you know, they're having some results. You know, we got to stiffen up and take care of our own business here.
Josh Miller and Jordan Whitelaw will be deep for the green and gold. We were going over their schedule for North Carolina A&T earlier. We mentioned the tough loss at Tennessee State out of the blocks. Then they went to the big time, lost at University of Central Florida 68-7. Came back and beat Hampton, their first CAA victory of the season and of their couple of years in the CAA. 33-30. Then a tough loss to North Carolina Central. Although Central's getting votes in the top 25, I'm sure they'd love to play this game over again, 62-20. And then again last week, loss on the road, 37-30 at Maine. Here is the ensuing kickoff after the field goal. And it will be in and out of the end zone, not returnable. And the Tribe will have it. First and 10 of the 25-yard line. Tribes with 1 touchdown today, and Clayton Dobler, who had a blocked kick punt return earlier this year, picked up a fumble on a punt. A punt that was blocked. Here's Tyler Hughes. The quarterback for the Tribe, Jordan Whitelaw, is the running back beside him. Jordan, a redshirt freshman out of Lynchburg. And he will run to the right side, and I'll pitch it back to Jordan Whitelaw, who gets 5, 6, 7. Quick man. He crossed the 30 and out to the 32-yard line. That's an 8-yard, maybe a 9-yard pickup. Second down and short. Cam Maddox on the stop for the Aggies.
Now we're going unbalanced here. So we're overloaded to our left.
He will hand the football off. That's Rashad Brown, and Rashad will get a first down. Keep that drive alive. Rashad Raymond, I should say, across the 35 and out to the 39-yard line. Mr. Official, move those chains. First and 10 for William & Mary at the 10:40 mark of the second quarter and trailing 17-7.
No huddle.
Rashad Raymond alongside the quarterback Tyler Hughes. And he will hand the football off to Rashad. They will pick him up pretty quickly and throw him to the turf. No gain. Second down and 10. Tim Alderman. 7.5 tackles for loss this year, 4.5 sacks. He's amongst the league leaders in tackles for loss at 7.5. Alderman, very active, 6'3", 215-pound graduate from Austin P. Over the middle and hit hard and dropped. The catch was made for about a yard pickup. Devin Thompson made his first catch of the day.
Good hit. Nothing illegal about that.
Harris made the stop for North Carolina A&T. Big third down opportunity here for the Tribe, Kevin.
Big, every third down from now on is going to be big in this first half.
Yes. 3 wideouts to the far side of the football field, 1 to the near.
Blitz.
And back to pass. Yeah, here they come, and they got to get rid of that football. And the receiver slipped a little bit downfield. And it'll bring up 4th down as he had to get rid of the football pretty quickly. Devin Thompson was making his cut outside and it kind of fell down, didn't it?
Yeah, you know, and again, that was a gutsy call for them by A&T on defense. They run what they call a zero blitz, so they're blitzing more people than we can protect. So the quarterback's got to get it out, and the receiver's got to get open.
Well, here is Carter Boyd. There's the snap, a little bit low. He gets it.
It's a boomer.
He sure did. That ball will turn over and be caught at the 19-yard line, and that is where the North Carolina A&T Aggies, that was Elijah Kennedy, he of the 85-yard touchdown return last week at Maine, but he fair caught the ball. The Aggies will have it back leading 17-7. Both teams have committed a turnover today.
Really kind of too when you consider the punt block or the fumble recovery. And then we had the interception too.
Yeah, good point.
False start.
Again, that center, what's he doing?
Well, they're probably trying to change the snap counts up there, and he's, anticipating at the wrong time.
Talked about their head football coach a moment ago, Sean Gibbs, and the 23rd head football coach at North Carolina A&T, named on December the 6th of last year. First down and 15 here. Kevin White, the quarterback, and then yet another flag comes in, and William Mary's pointing to A&T again.
Yeah, got him again, snap count.
Vincent Brown, the former defensive coordinator for William & Mary, who was the defensive coordinator when the Tribe won 11 games a few years ago, got the head job.
5-yard penalty.
Went 2-22 in 2 years at NCA&T. That necessitated the change and brought in one of their own, head coach Sean Gibbs, who graduated from North Carolina A&T in 2001. There's the snap, handoff on the right side. That looks like Shamik Blizzard. Blizzard will get it the 14-yard line, so he got the bulk of that 10 yards back.
Yeah.
Shamik Blizzard still the tailback on this occasion. Got the tight end to the near side, man in the slot over here as well. 2 receivers to the far side. The snap, back to pass over the middle. That's been a friendly place this afternoon so far, and it's caught out to the 25-yard line. Bring up a 3rd down and 5, but again, from 1st and 15 to 3rd and 5, not bad. Cortez Lane made the catch over the middle.
Again, here we are in a critical.
Down in about 4 actually for the Aggies. Third down, big play opportunity brought to you by Howard Hanna, Real Estate Services, and the handoff Shamik Blizzard. He makes a beautiful cut, gets near the first down, stretches out, and I think he got it. He needed to get to the 30. They're already giving it to him. Shamik Blizzard, quite a run. Caden Trotter came up and made the big hit, but he stretched out that ball, and they'll move the chains.
He did. They're doing it, and this is a team that was averaging 3.2 yards per carry. A lot better than that today so far.
Trotter out of Ackworth, Georgia, 6 foot, 200-pound redshirt freshman. As Coach Mike Linden has redshirt freshmen and sophomores dotted throughout this defensive team this afternoon. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback will try to run that football to the right side, and it's feathered right out of bounds by the green and gold defense. Luke Banbury making the stop. Also Jalen Jones over there. 17-7 ball game. William & Mary trailing by 10. 6:52 remaining until halftime. VCU halftime show coming up. On this game, that is completed about 5 yards and then some as he continues to take off and gets the nose of the football nearing the 40. Javon Dillard. He's had a field day. That is his 4th catch of the afternoon.
I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a play by the quarterback. Hung in there. They had a free blitzer right in his face, and he threw a ball and threw a strike.
So Dillard's caught 4 balls. Anthony Rucker's caught a couple. Kevin White 9 of 13. For 92 yards. Another big third down opportunity brought to you by Howard Hanna. 3rd and less than a yard. Let's see if they go to their bread and butter. Yep, right up the middle it goes. And I think he got the first down across the 40 out to the 41. So they'll continue churning clock here, leading by 10 in the second quarter. Shamik Blizzard is in for the North Carolina A&T Aggies. Tribe and North Carolina A&T both at 1-1 through the first couple of games in the CAA. That's another thing we'll be checking at halftime. Scores from around the league. Because this is a 3:30 start, we should have maybe some. Well, give the football off. He fakes that handoff with some acuity, Kevin. I mean, there's a reason for that. It's you admire that. Some guys kind of go through the motions, and you got to watch where that ball is.
You're darn right. I mean, he's probably one of the best athletes on the football field. So he's a guy that can do a lot of stuff. He makes the defense soften up against the run game, and he's a good enough passer to hurt you there.
Justin Kruger on the stop, a redshirt freshman out of Marietta, Georgia. 2nd and 10, throwing it left side. That's complete at the 46-yard line. They get a few yards out of that one. Elijah Kennedy, the speedy wide receiver for North Carolina A&T, and William & Mary wants to call a timeout on a 3rd down and 5. I think a couple of reasons, Kevin. First of all, 3rd down and 5, you want to make sure your defense is set, but you also maybe want to save some time for potentially a drive here.
Right. I think that's a strategy right here.
Well, Kevin, has this game gone anywhere like that you had thought about it over the week?
I thought it could. I think their statistics were misleading. And then you look at common opponents. We had a real tough game against Maine, and they were on the 20-yard line when the game ended against Maine. So it told me then that these guys are very capable of winning this football game.
A&T 3 of 7 in 3rd down conversions. 2 of 2 on this drive, however, and it's 3rd down and 5 here. 2 receivers. To the near side with a tight end over here.
Unbalanced.
And they will run it that way, and he will keep his feet, but comes up short at the 47. Harrison Johnson with a nice play, the sophomore out of Indian Trail, North Carolina. And I believe that'll force a punt.
I wouldn't.
Huge third down stop right there, powered by Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. And right now the Tribe calls their second time out. And they just didn't want all that time to elapse, I guess. Correct.
You know, and I wouldn't be surprised if we came after the punter right here. Based on what I saw as far as the snap and the drop by their punter the last time out.
Well, that could be what special team coach Blackwell wants to tell his team here on this timeout. Yeah, both long snappers have had a little difficulty today.
Yes, they have.
Tip of our cap to Mike Leach, former broadcaster for William & Mary, currently the assistant golf coach, played in the NFL as predominantly a long snapper for 17 years.
Oh, yeah. Made a nice life of doing that.
Darrell Blackstock, the
holding up.
There's the kick. Yep, he got it away.
Great punt.
Yep, sure is. That's that coffin corner.
Great
we don't
punt.
see that much anymore, but that is a beaut. Goes out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That was, you couldn't have put it out there by hand any better than that.
And that type of punt has gone away. You just don't see the old coffin corner like you did many, many years ago when you were playing.
You know, in this day and age, they're trying to bloop the ball in there and put a backward rotation on it so it'll hit the ground and bounce back toward the field of play. But that was old school. He pointed at that corner and darn near hit it.
Well, the Tribe must muster a 96-yard drive here with 4:13 left in the first. Tyler Hughes will hand the football off.
Gone.
It's a hole. He's gone at the 20. He's at the 30-yard line down the left side line of the 50. He's aiming to the left side. That's Rashad Raymond. And Raymond is caught from behind to the 25-yard line. But a 70-yard run by Rashad Raymond. Tyler Howard saved the touchdown, and the Tribe's in business with one play.
That was big. That was really big.
Now, what were you saying? Ball. Hang on.
Well, I was yelling ball because you can't, you don't have eyes in the back of your head, and 21's getting himself in a position maybe to swipe at that football.
Right. And
there it was, number 30.
Yeah, everybody swipes that football now, trying to drag it away, but Rashad Raymond hung on. 1st and 10, over the middle, wide open, McElwain, 5, 4, 2, 1. Touchdown, William & Mary. Touchdown, green and gold. Sean McElwain gets into the end zone. Big couple of plays there. 9th touchdown of his career for McElwain, and the Tribe is pulled to within 4.
Really a good call by Coach October right there. Again, it was a run-pass option. He puts it on the money. Touchdown. Plays and they scored.
At every touchdown, every Town Bank is brought to you by Town Bank. William & Mary. Every Tribe touchdown is the Town Bank touchdown. I'll get it right. Town Bank, serving others, enriching lives. The extra point brought to you by Waypoint. Season ticket members can receive a free appetizer every game weekend at Waypoint Seafood and Grill. Kevin, we're going to have a little look at basically the drive. This great run.
This great run right here. And then just the RPO, run pass option.
Run was 56 yards, 2 plays, 96 yards for William & Mary. Sean McElwain with a touchdown grab of 29 yards, and all of a sudden it's a 17-14 ball game, and all that first half stuff that the Tribe maybe played poorly in places, kind of forgotten right now.
Without a doubt, you know, those big plays make things a heck of a lot easier. You know, when you're trying to nickel and dime them, those things come in real handy.
Sam Braidwood will kick off from left to right here in just a few moments, but you do give North Carolina A&T a lot of time. 3:22 left.
Exactly.
And Elijah Kennedy, the dangerous Elijah Kennedy, deep for the Aggies.
Yes. And again, this is one of the keys to victory right now for William & Mary. He's in the kicking game and coverage.
Here's the kick, and that ball will go over the head and into the end zone and out. So the Aggies will have it 1st and 10, their own 25-yard line, rather. As Kevin White, who's played a dandy first half, and now finds his team only ahead by 3. Here's a soft pass. It's not. You don't take these for granted, do you?
No. Great pass, great hands, pretty play, well executed. I tell you, we've got some. William Murray has some really good-looking tight ends. Big guys, rangy, 6'4" or 5", good hands, can run.
Well, that's been a staple in this program for many, many years, as I recall. A couple of guys going to the NFL as well for that tight end position. And the throw over the middle is blocked away by Jaden Boring. Nice defensive play by the 6'4" sophomore out of Lovettsville. Monte Jones is the intended receiver. 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10.
Wesley Graves, the lone tailback, as the quarterback is number 0, Kevin White. Green Run High School, Newport News. Fake of the handoff, rolling to his right side, throwing on the run. That is put right on the number, complete. That's a Monte Jones, and he'll spin forward for a 1st down. They'll knock him out of bounds at around the 42.
Yeah, and he's living up to number 0. He's leading up to his reputation. He is throwing the ball well, run the ball well.
Wes Graves is the lone tailback. Tight end in motion from right to left. And White will hand the football off to Wesley Graves, and Graves will high step it out to the 44-yard line just to gain a couple. 2nd down and 8. Justin Kruger on the stop for William & Mary.
Penalty.
Andrew Dorsey, who's already committed 2 illegal procedure penalties, have a 15-yarder marked against them there. And here's going to have a little bit of a look at maybe what they saw. Pretty obvious there, Coach.
I couldn't tell, Jay. I could not tell right there.
Penalties, 4 for 30 yards for the Aggies. Only 1 penalty against the Tribe. Tribe's done a really good job in that.
Offense, number 57. It's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
You called it on the center?
Yeah, Kellen Culberson is who they called it on. Maybe, yeah, I think it was the center.
Snap infraction.
Second down and 28 for A&T. Throwback left side complete. Upfield. Hit from behind and stopped. Really, really nice play by Jordan McDonald coming up and making the effort on Jamison Warren. Looked like it might go for a few yards. Instead, maybe for 5 or 6, but now it's 3rd down and long.
A&M's got some guys that are good in space, you know. To try to do there is throwing a wide receiver screen and give them some air to make a move and run.
Well, we have the 2-minute timeout. 3rd and 21 when we return. William & Mary trailing it. It is North Carolina A&T 17 and the Tribe of William & Mary 14. We'll come back for the final 2 minutes of the first half after this timeout. That's what I like. And the Embassy Suites by Hilton in Williamsburg. And by Waypoint Seafood and Grill. Season ticket members receive a free appetizer every home game weekend.
What's up, y'all? I'm Sean McElwain. Thanks for watching William Mary Football on the Tribe Sports Network.
Well, you'd think that was planned. Sean McElwain on the rejoiner and Sean McElwain on the touchdown as the Tribe just a few moments ago, got the deficit down to 3. By the way, stay with us at halftime where we'll be joined by Dr. Megan Richardson, the team doctor for VCU Health. It is VCU Health Day here at Zable Stadium. Right now the Tribe trailing by 3, 17-14, and a big opportunity brought to you by Howard Hanna Real Estate Services on 3rd and 21, because the Tribe would dearly love to get this ball back and maybe orchestrate a field goal.
Be huge. Be huge.
Third down and 21. You were talking during the break, Kevin Rogers, about their head coach, Coach Gibbs, was getting in the grill of one of their players as they throw downfield. That ball is going to be a great catch and a first down. What a play. That is a big-time play by Amonte Jones, the junior out of Oscar Smith High School in Chesapeake.
It was a great catch. It was a good ball.
Down the sideline, and look at it again, Kevin Rogers.
Yeah, and again, I don't know what we're doing playing that non-aggressively on that down.
Well, you double covered down there. Jalen Jones is around the football, but the man, Amonte Jones, just went up and grabbed it. Ball at the 37-yard line on 1st and 10. The pass is going to be knocked down nicely by the Tribe interior line. Justin Kruger doing the job there, and it's 2nd down and 10 now. And now all of a sudden you had visions of the time the game up. Now you have trying to stop North Carolina A&T from taking a bigger lead.
Absolutely.
Game is funny like that, isn't it?
Oh, you never know. You never know.
2nd down and 10 to go. 2 receivers to the near side and 2 to the far. 1:26 remaining until halftime. It's North Carolina A&T, a heavy underdog by some, leading it right now 17-14. There's a throw down the left side of the football field complete to Elijah Kennedy, and they get on top of him quickly. It'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Wouldn't be surprised if it took a shot right here.
Well, their field goal kicker, if you're thinking about it, has a pretty good leg. He kicked a 49-yarder earlier this year and had a 32-yarder to his credit this afternoon already. And they will hand the football off right side, trying to plow forward. Why not? They've been having the Tribe's lunch this afternoon on the ground. That's Wesley Graves. And Graves muscles down to the 25. They'll have it 1st and 10 from there.
Back is a tough runner.
Yeah, trying to get in with Joey Zavoda. Did he get set, or did he get in? And yes, no flags down. Right side pass complete for about a 7-yard pickup down the right side of that line. That's Elijah Kennedy making the play, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And right now, a timeout called North Carolina A&T. 2nd timeout of the first half for the Aggies with just 25 seconds to play. Kevin White, 15 of 21 for 167 yards so far this afternoon.
Yeah, it does not surprise me. The young man has put up with a lot of injuries, broke his leg last year, really didn't come back until 3 games into the season. And I guess they played 5 different quarterbacks while he was on the mend.
2nd down and 3. Now, what are you thinking, Kevin, as a old offensive coordinator like you have been? 2nd and 4, but just 25 seconds left and no timeouts.
Well, obviously you've got to either throw out cuts or you throw the ball in the end zone. So I'm thinking the ex-receiver right here, the receiver to our right.
Nope, he's going to roll to his left. Now look back to the right side, throwing it downfield complete. A catch is made, and yes, at the 10-yard line. Tribe saying maybe he bobbled it, but it's good that they call that because the clock is running. It is a catch, and with just 14 seconds left, now you still have a chance to go into the end zone like you were talking about.
Absolutely. We used to call it either back pylon or high back 5, which was 5 yards into from the end line to throw the ball. So nobody can catch it other than the guy you're throwing it to.
Well, they got a couple of tall receivers. You've got the tight end Jalen Baker, 6'5". The tight end Anthony Rocker is 6'3". And they got a wide receiver, Michael Carlock Williams, who's 6'4".
We got a mismatch down here with our linebacker.
Back to pass. Now quarterback's going to keep that football at the 5 to the 2, and he will walk in for the score. Touchdown, North Carolina A&T, and they have taken a 23-14 lead with just 9 seconds remaining in this first half of play. Boy, who saw that coming?
Quarterback draw, gutsy call.
Yep, if they grab him before he scores, the clock may have just run out with no harm done.
Good chance, good chance.
But not so fast as Andrew Brown will come in and attempt the extra point. Brian Earl, one of our halftime show guests, will be with us in just a few minutes. Head men's basketball coach at William & Mary. Brown's kick is up, and he is so far perfect. 3 extra points and a field goal this afternoon, and with that the score is 24-14. And here's a couple of looks at the touchdown.
QB draw all the way.
The Tribe, obviously defenders are probably playing shaded towards the sideline, weren't they?
Yep, they running up the field.
.24 points on a team, North Carolina A&T, that came in averaging 22 points a game.
Right. You know, I thought there was a chance something like this would happen, but not to this extent.
Tribe will have to make some adjustments at halftime and come back loaded for bear in the second half, or maybe more to the point, loaded for Aggies. Here's the kick. Bounding ball kick.
Give it back.
Yep.
Give it back.
Taken by one of the up front men. And McDonald tries to get the edge, and he'll be thrown at the 29-yard line. So the Tribe offense will come on the field with one play, what one would think, with 4 seconds remaining until halftime. Let's see if they want to take a shot downfield. I'm sure they'll be ready for that. The 2 high safeties will be playing. Look at where they are at the 40-yard line. Nice stiff arm there by McDonald. A couple of them.
I wouldn't be surprised if we took a knee here.
Well, Tyler Hughes is coming out. And indeed, that's what they're going to be set up for. Kneel it down, get in that locker room, get some nourishment, and get some lessons. We are at halftime here at Zable Stadium. We'll be back for the VCU Health halftime show coming up with the score. The North Carolina A&T Aggies 24 and the Tribe of William & Mary 14 on Family Day here at Zable Stadium. Adjustments, Kevin, for you, but let's look at the a different way. Look at that red zone, 4 for 4.
4 for 4 in the red zone, 175 yards passing, 77 rushing yards. You know, playing really, really well.
And the offensive coordinator only had 12 plays in the first half.
Absolutely. You know, and now you're looking at, you know, they had 27 total plays. We had 12. You know, that doesn't seem right to me. But, again, they're dominating every statistic, and William Mary's got to make some adjustments and pin their ears back and try to get back in this ball game. It's only
5 yards. He's got a long of 32 yards, but he's been a good field general for NCA&T as we look at some of the highlights in the first half.
Without a doubt, he's playing to his capabilities, and you know, he's a guy, as I said before, he's been hurt for a good portion of the season up until now, and you could see even by his resume when he was a high school player back at Green Run High School, the guy was a dominant football player.
This is one of the real highlights of the first half. Dobler picked it up on a 4-yard fumble. On a bad snap, and the Tribe was back in the ball game, but they're a punishing team. Wesley Graves, a nice hard running back that we saw quite a bit. A nice soft pass here by Tyler Hughes to Sean McElwain, one of the senior captains on this team. But Kevin White has been a big difference in this game. But now the spark of the game for William and Mary, that was that, 80 or 96-yard drive. This is a 67-yard run by the Tribe's Raymond Rashad, who had a nice run there and set the Tribe up for this touchdown.
Big play got us back in the ball game, and unfortunately the Tribe couldn't get anything done. With the 3 or 4 minutes left in the first half.
That was today's Spark of the Game, brought to you by Steve Sparkman Financial Services, and now we honor Jim McLaughlin, and it's only appropriate on this game day and family day that the Smith-McLaughlin, we come to you from the Smith-McLaughlin grandstand, and there's the McLaughlin family earlier this afternoon. William Mary honored the life and legacy of Jim McLaughlin, William Mary alumnus, vision, leader, and devoted supporter. After earning both an undergraduate and law degree from William & Mary, Jim co-founded the United Coal and built one of Virginia's most impactful businesses. His generosity the sixth at the age of 85. And today, we celebrate this extraordinary leader, philanthropist, and true son of William & Mary. Opening kick, and Kevin Rogers, I would think that would be a second half adjustment. Get into it in a hurry. You're down by 10.
I think that's pretty accurate. You got to play better on both sides of the ball, and we've got to take advantage of every possession that we get, and we have to stop them when they get the ball. It's pretty simple, but you look at these stats, you can see that A&T has totally dominated the game.
12,763 tickets sold this afternoon. Boy, that's a great crowd, great afternoon, but the Natives are getting restless here in the as we go into the third quarter. Right now, the kick is off to the left side. White Low will watch it. Not panic time yet. You're only down by 10 points. It seems like more than that because you look at those stats and they were dominated by A&T.
I totally agree. We're fortunate to be as close as we are right now. And obviously 14 points can be scored pretty quickly, as evidenced by us scoring on 2 from 90-some yards away.
Tyler Hughes. In the first half, Tyler was 2 of 7, only threw that football 7 times, Coach.
Yep. And for really hardly any production.
Devin Thompson to the near side of the football field, the tallest receiver. They're going to play off of him a little bit. And the first play from scrimmage will be a run right at the middle to Rashad Raymond, and he'll be caught in the backfield and dropped. Dropped for a half-yard loss. It'll bring up second down and long for William & Mary, that young man from Cinnaminson High School,
New Jersey.
Started out his career at VMI. Rashad graduated in 3.5 years in engineering and physics at VMI. Now in the graduate program here at William & Mary. Second down and 10. McElwain to the near side for the Tribe. Kind of a bunched up offensive play here. Tribe will pass the football. Tyler Hughes got to get rid of it over the middle. He finds a man complete at the 40, 45-yard line, down the sideline, still on his feet. He's at the 30. He may score. He's at the 5. And Armand Wright does get into the end zone. Touchdown, William & Mary. Touchdown, green and gold. Armand White with his first touchdown of his career, and Wright from Charlotte, North Carolina. You mentioned 2 scores. Well, there's one of them.
There it is. Happens fast.
75-yard touchdown pass, and Armand Wright did most of the work.
That was huge. Great throw. Great throw by Tyler. Put it right on the money. Had a defender right in his face, and the rest is touchdown.
Well, every touchdown is a Townbank touchdown. Townbank serving others, enriching lives, and every extra point, which was good by Keegan Shackford, is brought to you by Waypoint. Season ticket members can receive a free appetizer every game weekend at Waypoint Seafood and Grill. What freed that one up? That on that pass play to Armand Wright, about 15 yards down.
Yeah, I think they dropped man-to-man coverage. They actually picked each other, and then he just turned on the jets.
Yeah, Wright,
It was really big in a lot of ways. How long was that play?
75 yards.
75.
Well, that improves Tyler's numbers very quickly. Now 3 for 8 for 105 yards and 2 TDs.
That's pretty good. We've had 2 passes for 142 yards offense.
Braidwood with the kickoff, and this will be returnable, and he takes it to the 17 at the 20. That's the speedster across the 30 and out to the 34-yard line. Elijah Kennedy goes, and the Tribe defense on the field now will try to put their mark here early in the third quarter on it. You were the defensive coaching staff, Kevin Rogers. What kind of defensive adjustments did you make in that?
I might.
Well, you heard that, a 5-yard penalty. It will give the A&T Aggies 5 more yards to start the drive.
You know, I would maybe play a little bit more at that as opposed to lining up like wooden Indians. You know.
Kevin White is the quarterback. I'm not sure that's maybe Shamik Blizzard out there. They call him Shrimp.
That's who it is.
Yep, he's 5'8", 191 yards. Pretty big shrimp. Man to the near side, and he will get the football on the left. They collapse pretty quickly. Nice job defensively. Brady Eccles. Those youngsters at 6'2", 290 pounds, red shirt. Freshman out of Springfield, Virginia. How
about that?
Second down and a yard. Low snap, hand off again, and on the right side. They slip away with a great job. That was Shamik Blizzard. And inside the 45, down to the 44-yard line. Just when you thought they had him thrown for only a yard or 2 gain, he's very slippery, like a toothpaste out of a tube. Got through there, out to the 44.
I'll tell you what, those backs are running hard. You know, he's a low center of gravity back, and he's tough to get your pads underneath.
Yep. 2 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near. Tight end set to the right. 1st and 10. And Kevin White will hand the ball off to Blizzard again with a spin move down to the 41. Don't forget, you know, last year, this young man, Blizzard, got 132 yards against the Tribe, even though the Tribe ran away with that one, 49-7.
Right.
Last week, North Carolina A&T nearly overcame a 21-point deficit, but suffered the Tribe with an opening quick drive here in the third quarter to cut that deficit. White hit in the backfield and dropped, and he got back on the football, but that's a quarterback sack to give back. That was Trevon Cannon. Well, maybe not. Jordan McDonald, pardon me. Yeah, makes more sense. The rushing end. Graduate from transfer from Virginia Tech. That's a sack to get back for another 1,000 meals given by our good friends at Food Lion in the Food Lion Feeds program. Here's another look. Yep, he did drop that football, didn't he?
Sure did.
White got back on it, though. Now 3rd and 13. They've converted a couple of these 3rd down long plays.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin White will roll to the left, and now he'll run. He'll hand that to football off, and a misdirection play to the right side of the football field, and Shamik Blizzard is taken down after about a 5-yard pickup by Stephon Hicks.
That was a big play. He doesn't make the tackle there. That's going to be a big one.
Everything looked like it was going left.
Sure did. It was counter play underneath handoff.
Damian Harris deep for William and Mary. Long snaps have been an adventure for Page as the punter for North Carolina A&T, as the Tribe should get the ball back. The snap, a good one, and the kick is away. And that ball will be caught at the 3-yard line. That is a beautiful punt.
I tell you what, they have done a great job with their punt team. That's 2 they put inside the 5-yard line.
Ty Williams got down there and caught that ball at the 3, and we are going to break. Tribe 97 yards ahead of them, trailing by 3.
That's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Be 4th down.
So we're going to keep it here, and we do have a penalty on the play. Kevin, did you run us by what the official just said?
I did not hear it. I
said
I think we had 2 number 40s in the game.
Fours, I believe. Yeah. Damian Harris and Luke Banbury. But what's the penalty? They said 5-yard penalty, so they can't.
That penalty is declined.
Okay.
1st down.
All right.
William and Mary.
Yeah, that would not have given the A&T Aggies enough for a 1st down, so they like it with William Mary backed up their own 3-yard line. Now we're going to break. Now we can tell you the score with 10:36 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Tribe down by 3. On your next trip to Williamsburg and the historic Triangle, go to visitwilliamsburg.com. We welcome our viewers on MASN, and thanks heartily to our good friends at Williamsburg. Visit Williamsburg.com. MASN, outstanding regional telecaster, gets us into states and beyond. It's one of those things, Kevin, the rest of the football season will be on MASN and Fox Sports and all, or rather Flo Sports, Flo College, I should say, and then several basketball, both men and women, also on Flo and MASN as well.
That's awesome. I'm watching every one of them.
Back to pass in the pocket. That is a long downfield bomb, and it's going to be incomplete. What did you see? Devin Thompson was the intended receiver.
He had 2 hands on him.
Well, that would have gotten the Tribe out of some difficulty, but now you put yourself in deeper.
Yeah, you know, this is a situation, Jay, where you want to try to get them far enough off the line of scrimmage so you could spread punt. So ideally, this next play should bring us, between the 5 and the 10-yard line.
Aaron Harris, the Elizabeth City, North Carolina native, on the defense. They'll hand the football off. We got to get a pretty good hole there for Rashad Raymond. He'll edge his way out to around the 10-yard line, still being pushed by the green and gold. So a little bit of breathing room and make it 3rd down and 4 on what is a pretty big play, as the Tribe would like to keep from having to punt from their own end zone.
Without a doubt. Right here's a big play. I'm not thinking of any more than 4 yards. I'm going to try to call the safest, most consistent play that we have in this situation.
Your best 4-yard safe play, huh?
Absolutely.
Is it broken down like that?
Yes, it can be.
Okay. 3rd down, 4, handoff up the middle. Well, not sure it's going to get that. Nope, they're going to stop them at the 11. Only a yard pickup, needed about 3.5, and the Tribe will be forced to punt it away, even though Tyler Hughes says, let's go for it. They're going to mark it, and it's going to be about 1.5 yards shy.
We're going to call timeout already. No, goes to punt team now.
I would think. One would think cooler heads prevail along that sideline.
No doubt. Can't get too antsy yet.
Here's Carter Boyd into the game, a redshirt freshman out of Western Albemarle High School in Charlottesville. There's the snap, a little low. He's going to kind of Australian-style kick it. And it will be fair caught at the 45-yard line.
It's exactly what I'm talking about in terms of being backed up. You know, they flipped the field just on that one play. So that kick that was downed inside the 5-yard line.
The coaching staff, including Coach Mike London, was really upset that his kicker might have been hit at the point after he got rid of the football, but the referee went on the microphone and said explicitly he was pushed into the kicker. And as you well know, Kevin, that means no foul.
Yeah, and then the other thing is that wasn't a straight ahead punt. He was angling to one side or another, which gets him out of the pocket, which he's allowed to hit him.
I tell you what, this time of possession thing, Kevin, it is amazing right now. 25 minutes for A&T to 10 for William and Mary.
Yeah.
Can't score if you don't have the ball.
No, and they've kind of dominated every up.
There's a big hole. That is the young man that's killed the Tribe all afternoon, Wesley Graves, inside the 30 and all the way down to the 24-yard line. Tribe got fortunate. He tripped over the 25.
Yeah. He sure did. You know, that came out clean as a whistle. You know, the linebacker's got to get over the top and make that play.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Tribe trailing it 24-21 after all the talk about, you know, time of possessions and dominating statistically. William Mary has had 2 very short and long drives. I'll explain that statement in a moment as the pass over the middle complete to Javon Dillard, who makes another nice catch, and they get inside the red zone. What I mean by short and long, they were short in time, long, but they just didn't have the ball. But I think 2 plays on both drives.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Ball at the 13-yard line is North Carolina A&T threatening here. Wesley Graves, the tailback, against them with a very talented quarterback at the helm in Kevin White. And he will help illegal procedure. Another one. I mean, the A&T Aggies have been called for a ton of penalties here. That's the 6th of the day for a total of 40 yards.
First down.
You know, now it's time. It's 1st and 15. I don't think it's too much to ask to get them to 4th down. You know, they're off schedule in the red zone. Just keep playing right here.
Well, Wesley Graves is the ball carrier. Right side and hit and dropped. Nice effort by William & Mary's defender, Jaden Boring. Not much there. It's 2nd down and 13. Tribe marching band playing across the way nicely.
Brought number 88 in the game right here.
That's Elijah Kennedy. He's their speedster.
Yep.
In the slot on the near side. They will fake a handoff and throw it. Lofted in the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown. Dillard makes another catch. Javon Dillard, the sophomore from Lithonia, Georgia, makes the catch, and it's a 30-21 ball game.
That was a well-thrown football. Put it right on the money.
That is the 7th catch of the day for Javon Dillard. Pardon me, the 6th catch. His first touchdown, and he has been the favorite receiver for Kevin White, who is having a bang-up day so far. Andrew Brown has not missed on extra points or field goals today. The extra point is up, and it's good. And with 6:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter, the Tribe has their work cut out for them as North Carolina A&T answers nicely the Tribe touchdown drive as we have a timeout on the field of play. With the score 31-21, this game brought to you by VCU Health. We'll be right back. With 9, congratulations, Tyler Hughes, our Student Athlete of the Week spotlight. Both teams have scored a touchdown here in the third quarter. 31-21 the tally. And Kevin, you were saying that you were talking between the break how you feel like that this North Carolina A&T bunch has kind of softened up the defensive interior for the Tribe.
Well, they're running a lot of unbalanced formation, and they're running what they call a power play to the tight end side, which is blocking down, and then you pull the backside guard to the front side. And they've hit us with that. And then when they run to the split end side, it looks like you're getting the inside zone. So, you know, I'm sure that the defensive staff is covering that with those guys and telling them what to look for and when.
Tyler Hughes today, 3 of 9 for 105 yards. His long have been 33. A couple of touchdowns on Tyler Hughes' belt. 3 consecutive games in which the Tribe has thrown for more than 200 yards, but they got to go some this afternoon to do that. There's a pitch, an end around, a reverse, if you will, to Wright, who scored a long touchdown
Fumble
earlier.
the ball.
Fumble the football indeed, and it's picked up by North Carolina A&T, and they go on the other way, inside the 25, down to the 21-yard line. That was Tim Alderman, that outstanding offensive linebacker, outside linebacker.
Yeah, it's without a doubt, it's a cut check. Good check down. This happens a lot of times when the ball carrier is struggling to gain yardage. But you know, you gotta have better ball security than that. Got to carry it high and tight.
Tyler Howard forced the fumble, and as we mentioned, Alderman came up with it. And we said both of those guys' names a lot. Tyler Howard had the interception earlier today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tell you what, these guys look pretty impressive to me.
Well, they've only won one game in 3 years. In the CAA, and this would be a marquee victory. Graves is the ball carrier or the running back, and he will not get the football. They're going to go for a pass downfield, incomplete. One coverage down the right sideline. Kevin White unloaded it. Intended receiver was Antoine Bell.
And again, these guys do a real good job of their RPO, the run pass option. So, you know, he felt like he had the pass and pulled off the fake and threw it to him.
Well, Harrison Johnson, a linebacker, was on him too, so that probably was a little mouth-watering for the quarterback. At the back of the behind the line of scrimmage, and the tackler, Jaden Boring, hung onto his jersey, and that's one way to stop him.
Yeah.
Gerald Williams also on the play defensively.
Big down right here.
Brought to you by Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. Third down opportunity for the Tribe defense on 3rd and 11. Trying to hold them to a field goal attempt with a stop. Leslie Gray. Graves in the backfield with the quarterback on.
Big stop right there.
I guess Anthony Rocker was the intended receiver for the Aggies, and on comes the field goal unit, I do believe. And remember, he has a 49-yarder this year.
Yeah, he's shown he can make that. I mean, this is well within his range.
And it's right smack dab in the middle of the football field, so ball will be set at the 32, which will make it a 42-yard effort. Here's Andrew Brown. The snap is down, the kick is up, and it is perfect. Right down Main Street, or Richmond Road, if you will. With 5:27 remaining in the third quarter, it is now a 34-21 football game as the Aggies take advantage of that turnover and get 3.
Without a doubt, great job by William Mary's defense right there, holding them to 3. But again, we keep talking about that turnover margin. I mean, it's such a big statistic that you win that on a weekly basis.
And the Tribe has been pretty consistent at winning. Let's see what the turnovers are so far this afternoon. Turnovers
3-1, I think.
Yeah, well, it's the fumbles lost. The Tribe has lost 2, and so have the Aggies have only lost 1. And, of course, the Tribe has thrown an interception as well. So it'll be a kickoff. The Tribe will have the football back in just a few moments with the 5:27 remaining in the third quarter. Jordan Whitelaw and Josh Miller deep for William and Mary. But again, go out of the end zone. That young man has quite a leg. Andrew Brown.
He's a quality player. I mean, he's a good kicker.
Next week, the Tribe an off week for William and Mary to prepare for Elon in 2 weeks. If you're North Carolina A&T, they are home versus South Carolina State. Maybe we can check some scores from around the league. Have probably some that are over in the league. Back to pass goes Tyler Hughes. Going to go long. One-on-one coverage. That ball is going to be incomplete. Devin Thompson had one-on-one. He's usually pretty good at coming back, but the ball was just, I think he may have lost it for a moment, didn't he?
I thought, you know, again, the throw was rushed, so it was not accurate. And, you know, so he got his body out of position. Looked like interference, but it wasn't.
I understand Aaron Harris, there's a play called, he called his own number. No, Rashad Raymond, pardon me, across the 30 out to the 31-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. I understand Richmond lost today to Bucknell. They're in the Patriot League and they're 0 for 2. And throw back left side complete. Trying to get the first down. Isaiah Lamont making his first catch of the day, and he comes up a yard shy at the 34. Well, now let's see what Coach Mike London wants to do. It is 4th and 1. The Tribe's down by 13 with 4:42 in the third, and William and Mary is going for it. Shotgun formation, the snap, the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. He's got a first down and then some. Down the sideline of the 50 at the 40. The speedy Hughes will be not touched out of bounds. He will get into the end zone for the score. They tried to push him out of bounds at the 20-yard line, failed, and Tyler Hughes has a huge run for a touchdown on 4th down and 1. He got 65.
I think he made it. I think he made it. Again, a little zone read there. Great read by the quarterback. And then showed his athleticism with that flat-out speed.
It's been an amazing day for the Tribe offense. You love big plays, and they've lived with those today.
It's kind of outhouse or castle offense right now.
Well, here's Keegan Shackford to attempt the extra point to pull with the Tribe within a touchdown, and it is good. With 4:26 in the ball game, the Tribe down 34-28. Here where they tried to push Tyler out of bounds, and what
they stayed in.
An effort, yeah.
Hell of a play.
Balance, we call it.
Hell of a play. Absolute. Great balance, Jay.
So today, a 67-yard run, a 67-yard TD run, and a 75-yard pass.
Yes, it's like over 200 yards of offense right there.
And the total offense for William and Mary is 313. So 2/3 of the offense has been on 3 plays. Just like you draw it up. And
I mean, have you ever really seen anything like it?
No. I'm thinking. And win or lose this ball game, North Carolina A&T is going to have the ball a lot longer than William and Mary. I mean, it's going to be pretty amazing. Some of those stats are, important and some aren't, huh?
You're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, time of possession.
Who needs it? Here's Braidwood with a kick. And again, he kind of pushes it down, and that's going to bounce in front. Yep, it sure is. It's picked up by A&T very nicely at the 24-yard line by Cameron Dalrymple. And the Tribe defense on the field. And the Tribe defense should have some momentum, some excitement some hop in their step. They stopped A&T on the last occasion after the fumble recovery, held them to a field goal, and now they've seen their team pull to within 6 points.
Absolutely, they should be confident. You know, this team they're playing. I think A&T, the coach had them ready to play. Now they're going to play hard for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and no quit in this bunch of Aggies. They came back last week nicely. There's a handoff on the right side. That is, he fumbles the football. Green and gold says they got it. Boring, the sophomore out of Lovettsville, Virginia, and William and Mary is back in business.
How about that? But again,
second turnover of the game for North Carolina A&T, and they came in -6 today. Bryce Barnes, that young man that got some playing time because of the injury. Aiden Ryan, Bryce out of Gaithersburg, Maryland, he caused the fumble.
That was a heck of a play. That was clinic right there in terms of stripping.
1st and 10. Quarterback will roll to his right. Still rolling, and now going to decide to run that football. That's actually Damian Harris, who played a little quarterback in high school. And he'll get down to the 25-yard line. He was looking to pass it, I think, wasn't he?
Yes, absolutely.
Gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. Well, they were trying to get the big play, another big play.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of typical of what coaches try to do after a turnover. You know, they go for the throat right away.
Sean McElwain will set up on the right side of the football field. 4 receivers spread out to the left. Quarterback all by his lonesome. Back to pass. In the pocket. Got some time. Not going to be chased. Ran out of time. Back at the 34-yard line. That is a big quarterback sack by big number 90, Marquise Hood. Decatur, Georgia. His 4th sack of the year. And it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, now you got to think about getting in field goal range. If you can get half of it back right here, they'll take it.
Isaiah Lamond to the near side as they look over the coaching staff for the play. Well, this would be a big boost for North Carolina A&T if they can hold the Tribe to a field goal try too with their defense. McElwain in motion, fake of a throw to the right, stepping up in the pocket. That is going to be Tyler Hughes to the run. He'll be stopped at the 32-yard line. I think was that a play call or is that the improvision?
No, that was a play call. I don't think he had anybody open downfield.
Cameron Dalrymple comes up, makes the stop, and on comes Keegan Shackford with a rather lengthy field goal attempt. It will be the longest of his career. It will be set down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a 49-yard field goal attempt by the left-footed kicker. The snap is a little bit high. The kick is set, and it's long enough, and it is good. He connects. 49 yards, the longest of Keegan Shackford's career. He was the quarterback club special teams player of the game last week and pulls the Tribe within 3, 34-31.
You know, they had to come away with points right there. You know, I know it was only 3, but it's certainly a heck of a lot better than nothing. So, you know, they're right back in it. It's going to be who has the last serve here.
Joey Tomaso, the holder. The kick, good shot there. Relatively plenty of distance. Probably 5 yards, 6 yards.
That was a great job by the holder. You know, the snap was behind him, and he got the ball down and allowed the kicker to kick through the ball.
Did you do any of that in your career?
No.
Holding?
No. I taught my son how to hold them.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. I was the holding coach emeritus.
Very, very great. Sam Braidwood will kick off here for William and Mary. So your son-in-law works for the Panthers, and your son works for Indianapolis?
Yes.
In what capacity?
He's the director of player personnel.
Very nice. So does that mean free tickets for me?
For you, yes. For you, yes. Nobody else.
That'll don't have much time on Sundays. Here's the kick. Pooches it down the field on the left, and that ball's going to be taken at the 20. Yep, he's got some running room, doesn't he, at the 30. And he gets out to the 40-yard line. That's Elijah Kennedy. It's not what the Tribe wanted to do right there. It gives them a good field position. With North Carolina A&T leading by 3, 34-31.
You know, I get the feeling that the Tribe is a little bit gun-shy from what happened last week, you know, when they kicked the ball deep. You know, now we're kicking those bloop kicks, and they're getting first possession at the 40-yard line.
A lot of pressure on that front defensive line for William & Mary because Wesley Graves and company have rushed for over 130 yards this afternoon. It's not been a bludgeoning, but they certainly have had their way. And here's a handoff. They got a couple of blockers in front of them, and that way, that time, nothing doing. Great job of the Tribe D, and that was Bryce Barnes, who's coming to the forefront here in the third quarter. A helmet came off, and Bryce Barnes will have to come off for one play. Yep.
Right.
Graves is the ball carrier. 3 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far. That's the short side of the field by the North Carolina A&T bench over there. 3 down linemen for the green and gold, with McDonald trying to charge from the left side. The throw over the middle complete. And that was him, number 88, Elijah Kennedy.
It's a good tackle. Really good tackle. Gave him no extra yardage.
Harrison Johnson made the stop. He had 6 tackles at UVA and 11 versus Maine. So for a sophomore, he's having a good year. Third down play, sponsored by Howard Hanna.
Big down, right? Big down.
Tribe with 4 newcomers in the game too.
They've been doing that the whole game. I guess they're just trying to keep people fresh.
Third down and 15. This is not situational substitution. Third down and 5. Back to pass. Looking left. Looking over the middle. And White's hit. And he gets away from not that man. He got a great job by Luke Banbury with a quarterback sack back at the 35-yard line.
I'm going to tell you, that guy is like a heat-seeking missile. He is one heck of a football player.
Another quarterback sack to your back. Food Line Feed just donated 1,000 to our neighbors in need, thanks to Luke Banbury, who is 4th in the nation, leads the CAA in tackles coming in.
I'm telling you, Jay, that guy's different. I mean, he has a nose for the football. He plays like he loves it.
And we are at the end of the third quarter of play. The fourth quarter is important tonight, don't you think? It's North Carolina A&T 34 and William & Mary 31. Got a good one for you.
Absolutely. Now, let's hope he doesn't kick the ball inside the 10-yard.
One of the greatest empires.
North Carolina A&T, Elon and Towson in a pretty good one going to the fourth quarter. Elon, the next opponent for the Tribe here in 2 weeks. Hampton leading Norfolk State in the second quarter. High-scoring game there as well. So, you know, as we get back to action in the fourth quarter, it'll ring up a 4th and 15, and we'll begin it with this punt in angles to the right, kind of shanked, but it does take a big North Carolina A&T bounce, still rolling, and it will roll out of bounds at the 22-yard line. It looked like maybe a bad kick. It turned out to a great kick, as it'll be Tribe football at their own 22-yard line to begin this all-important first drive of the fourth quarter.
That was obviously a shank right there, but they looked out, stayed in bounds, took the forward roll.
Georgia beat Kentucky today 35-14 in top 20 action. Michigan over Wisconsin 24-10. Last time I checked, Clemson was rolling over North Carolina in the ACC. We'll check that score in just a moment. And the quarterback will roll out to his right side. That's going to be handed off to Tariq Sims. Our first look at Tariq this afternoon. The 5'9", 210-pounder, Old Dominion grad, runs for a yard, or maybe not that, actually. Second down and 10.
Second and 10. Tried that speed option again. Probably went to the well once too often.
receives to the near side. Tight end set to the near side as well. Devin Thompson will go from the left to the right. Rashad Raymond in the backfield now for William and Mary. Tyler Hughes with McElwain in motion. Back to pass in the pocket. And now will be chased out of the pocket and dropped. That is a loss, tackle for loss, maybe a quarterback sack back at the 20-yard line. We'll see how they rule it, but nonetheless, we'll bring up a 3rd down and long, something you don't want, as if you're Winston October, the offensive coordinator at William & Mary.
No, it's hard to be a genius on 3rd and 12.
Tyler had some time, so we're going to give that sack credit to their defensive backs.
Absolutely. And a lot of too high safeties.
3rd down 12. Hughes back to pass in the pocket. And he's going to roll out to the right side, throw it downfield. Open is Sean McElwain. He's got some running room across the midfield stripe and into North Carolina A&T territory. Mr. Official, move those chains. Another big play. This time Hughes to McElwain.
Hughes made a great play right there. Great improvisation, keeping his eyes down the field. Made a huge play.
The French horn expert Sean McElwain with a 40-yard reception. Back to pass over the middle again to Sean, and he will maneuver his way down to around the 36-yard line. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. But here's the play. Analyze this for us.
Well, you can see he doesn't have what he wants, but his eyes are downfield. He spots tight end wide open and delivers a strike. Really good play by the quarterback.
You know, it's probably understated, but the quarterback with those eyes downfield, kind of like a basketball point guard, always your eyes up down court.
Right on the button, Jake, right on the button.
2nd down, 6 to go. Hand off, nope, quarterback going to keep it, and he's got some running room. He's got 7, 8, 10 yards, still at his feet at the 25, inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line. The Tribe in the red zone, down by 3, 12-13 to play.
Guy's a competitive player, boy. He goes after it. He loves it.
Replay brought to you by our good friends at Capital Awning, proudly owned and operated by the Tribe alum. There's a handoff coming back this way. That is Rashad Raymond, gets away from a tackler at the 5, diving forward down to the 2. Tribe looks like they want it more right now, Kevin Rogers.
Yes, you know, it's obvious the momentum has changed direction. Making some plays that they should have been making all game, to be honest with you.
The big guys come in. Elijah Booth in there, number 64.
I think they run that power play to the right here. They're going to have those big guys lead block and hand it to number 5.
Yep, hit it at number 5 indeed, and he will scoot in. And they're waiting. Touchdown, William and Mary. Touchdown, green and gold, as Rashad Raymond scores from 2 yards out. And the Tribe has taken their first lead of the ball game with 11:15 to play. Every touchdown is a Town Bank touchdown. Town Bank serving others, enriching lives. Previous plays under review, Kevin, but unofficially 10 rushes and 109 yards for Rashad Raymond. Do you see anything that would stop that from?
Unless he didn't get in the end zone, you know what?
Well, maybe we can see it again on the Capital Awning replay screen for us. You had the beef up front, didn't you, on the left?
Yes.
Yeah, unless something wacky happened. You're just seeing where that knee was down and where the ball was down when that left knee went down. So they'll have a good look. That's not particularly a good one, but the other look we saw with that knee going down, where was the ball? Maybe this will be it. This will be Rashad's 4th rushing touchdown in a Tribe uniform if this play holds up. And remember, they called it a touchdown, so
Yes.
they have to have irrefutable evidence to take it away. And they made up their mind. Prediction, Kevin?
Touchdown.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Tribe. 37-34. Keegan Shackford on to attempt the extra point with Tommaso to hold.
It's a big PAT run. Gives you a 4-point lead as opposed to a 3.
There's the hold, the kick, it's up, and he is perfect today. Keegan Shackford with 11:15 to play. Waypoint extra point is good. Season ticket members can receive a free appetizer every game weekend at Waypoint Seafood and Grill. As we go to a break, another big play set up this TD. Sean McElwain for 40 yards. Rashad Raymond for the score. Latest news and happenings from Williamsburg Athletics Department. The show will be hosted at the iconic original Paul's Deli located on Scotland Avenue. Of course, we're talking about Tribe Talk in downtown Williamsburg. The show will air each Thursday prior to a home game. So an off week next week, a home game a week following. So I believe that's the 18th of October will be our next Tribe Talk from Paul's Deli. And they do a great job. 10% of the proceeds that night go to the local charity. Whomever will be with us that evening. And there have been some really fun events. Here's another pop-up short kick at the 20-yard line, and that's going out to the 34, maybe the 33, and a late flag goes down. Again, is their speedster Elijah Kennedy with a shot at a nice return. But very impressed with William and Mary in the second half, very frankly. I mean, a lot of things were going against them in the first half, primarily North Carolina A&T, by the way.
Yeah, I think they've demonstrated great resiliency here in the second half. You know, they're playing harder, they're more into it. I see guys blocking downfield, gang tackling, all those things that you need to do in order to win this football game. I like the fact that we kind of have last serve right now. You know, we have the lead, but even if they score, we'll have a chance to come back and win it.
Thank you much to today's great sponsor, VCU Health, the official healthcare provider of the Tribe. We keep Tribe Athletics healthy, strong, and ready to perform at their best. And they're here to help you, too. Visit their convenient clinic on North Henry Street, right here in Williamsburg. Back to action. Graves, the ball carrier. He slips away as he's been doing a lot today, and he'll get a quick 8, maybe 9. Second down and short for the Aggies.
He is a good back. I mean, he looks like he's about 5'3" out there. But he's yoked up. He's tough to tackle.
Got 80 yards on the day with a couple of touchdowns. Second down and 2 for North Carolina A&T. And in motion. Hand off again. That's going to be Wesley Graves, who will try to muscle his way for a couple of yards. That's what he needed. Ty Gordon coming up, making the stop. Ty started his career at Syracuse, and he's a junior now as a flag is in the backfield. I don't know what that's all about, but Ty Gordon has been outstanding since joining this team for Syracuse, and he loves William & Mary. You talk about him, why'd you come? And it's a mantra for these guys.
Sportsmanlike conduct, number 3.
Ooh, against the Tribe.
That's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
That's Gerald Williams. That hurts. But getting back to Ty Gordon, he says academics and a chance to win championships. Why he's at William & Mary.
That's great. That's great. You know, it's a great place. I think everybody, that I know who's gone through this place takes great pride in it.
And you did? What year did you matriculate?
1974 graduate.
Yeah.
There's still some conjecture up to the graduation.
First and 10. Yeah, we need proof for first and 10 for the Aggies. Good inside the 50 and down to the 46-yard line. Might have been a 10-yard run as Luke Banbury made the stop. But 10 yards downfield, Kevin.
Quarterback skipping around. It looks like he sprained his ankle a little bit.
Yeah, he still is. Kevin White, their quarterback, out of Newport News' Green Run High School. Javon Dillard, his favorite target, wide to the far side of the football field, and he will hand the football off. It will be tripped up in the backfield and dropped. No gain. Wesley Graves had nowhere to go. It's third down and long with a limping Kevin White to call the play. How many tackles does Luke Banbury have? He's came in today first in the league. That's his 11th tackle of the day.
I tell you what, that's not easy. That's a nose for the football.
Harrison Johnson, talented sophomore, also has got 11. Third down, 11 to go. Make it 12 to go for North Carolina A&T.
Shot clock. Had to call timeout.
Yeah, good point. Thirty-second timeout. We'll keep it here. It's a big play brought to you by Howard Hanna. Third down opportunity. Third down so far, 5 of 13 for the Aggies, and the Tribe's only 1 of 7.
It's unbelievable. You just don't see these kind of numbers.
Well, if I'd have told you the Tribe's going to be 1 of 7 in third down opportunities in time, looking for the clock, 31 minutes to 17 or 18 minutes, who would you thought would have been leading?
Right, unbelievable. I mean, I think one of the big changes in the flow of the game happened in the first half.
A lot of huge plays by William and Mary. The one that Kevin was mentioning was not an offensive play. It was a defensive play, a bad snap, and a picked up fumble. Went in 4 yards for a touchdown. Third down, long handoff left side. Shamik Blizzard will be stopped right at the 46-yard line. And I think that will be a first down. Pardon me, it was third down and short. Third down at about 2, and Blizzard got the 2 yards he needed.
It's gut check time for both teams.
First down and 10, 45-yard line. William Mary leading this one, 38-34. Every kick, every play has been important. There's a handoff to the left side.
Guess who?
Luke Banbury, his 12th tackle of the day. Those linebackers clean it up, don't they? When those defensive linemen hold their water, hold their spot, linebackers come in and finish the job.
Try to keep the linebackers clean.
Second down, 8 to go. Handoff coming back the other way this time, and that is Wesley Graves. And they'll force another big third down opportunity brought to you by Howard Hanna. The ball will be placed at the 39. And there'll be a 4-yard need for the Aggies of North Carolina A&T, coming in at 1-4, 1-1 in CAA play. Their only victory was versus Hampton, a future Tribe opponent down the road. And with under 7 minutes to play, third down and 4.
I think this will probably be 4 down zone.
To receive. Harrison Johnson chased him down. First down and 10. Ball at the 21-yard line with North Carolina A&T moving from left to right here in the fourth quarter. One would think. There's the snap. There's the handoff. That's Blizzard. He'll step forward, step in between a pretty decent-sized hole in the left, between the left guard and left tackle, and he'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. That's a 6 or 7 yard pickup, and the Tribe's got an injured player. I believe that is Jordan McDonald, and it is the 6'4", 255-pound graduate. That's all the Tribe needs right now is another injured defensive lineman. And been banged up at that position. You know, there's some years in every team, Kevin, you got 4 or 5, guys that get injured after 5 games. But to have so many in one particular room, if you will, it's difficult.
It's hard. You try and put Band-Aids on it, playing people that are supposed to be playing another position, having to fill in. It's difficult.
Next week, an off week for William and Mary. Elon back here 2 weeks from today, 3:30 game time. It's homecoming. And there's a look at that last play. Blizzard snuck through, and there's the injury. And, yep, he'll come up. Yep, elbow. He'll come up. Come off under his own power, holding that left elbow pretty gingerly.
Just food for thought. I think now is the time for William Mary's defense to have some run-down blitzes, as opposed to just playing vanilla. Bring some pressure, try to create a big play, a negative play.
Well, if you saw McDonald go out, do you go to his side where he would have been lined up to the next man in?
Yeah, if you're poised enough to know what position he's playing.
First, second down and 5. And
he's power.
Yep, to the handoff. And they come up and knock him down after only gain of a yard. That was Luke Banbury again.
Yeah.
I think I'd run away from Luke Banbury if you can.
I don't think you can. You run right, he's there. You run left, he's there.
Here's a good look at Luke, how he came up. Yep. And again, those front linemen doing the job to free him up. 14th tackle of the day for Banbury.
And that's kind of a classic, we talked about running the power. That was the power play. And that is exactly how to play it. He beats the block over the top to make the play.
Stuart Harrington, the third, was doing some blocking up front too in the front line. You talk about one of those guys playing out of position. He's an outside linebacker by trade.
My point, exactly right.
So now it's 3rd and 4. And your call is what? With a good field goal kicker, you're down by 4 with 5:56 left. 2 down territory.
I think yeah. They're going to go first down, second down, third down, fourth down. This is their opportunity to win the game.
Jonathan Cannon, their left guard, will be taken off the field, so they'll have to come in with a substitute. He's been pretty good today, blocking on that left side of the line here, and he and Gabe Navarro, left tackle.
They certainly have. I mean, they've done a heck of a job.
Big third down play, again, brought to you by Howard Hanna. Howard Hanna, the best in the business, hard stop, and that's what the Tribe needs right now on a 3rd down and 4. Quarterback is Kevin White. Swap a couple of tight ends to the near side.
There's the pass.
Well, they go the opposite way, and he's going to keep it. He's going to get a first down to the 10-yard line. He did 3 yards, and he really wasn't hit until he got 3 yards downfield. Everything looked like it might be running right.
Yeah, another op. Look who's making the tackle.
Well, with 5 minutes on the clock running and the Tribe protecting a 4-point lead, It feels like it's coming down to this drive for North Carolina A&T and the Tribe.
You know, and again, this is what I meant by, you know, we get last ups here.
Low snap, handoff. That is Wesley Graves. And Graves will be hit at the line of scrimmage, but gets it about the 5, maybe the 6-yard line. They'll bring up second down from there. Even though the Tribe is out rushed them, it feels like North Carolina A&T has controlled the line of scrimmage more, and yet you look at the scoreboard and you shake it up, put it all in a hat, and the Tribe's leading by 4, 38-34.
You know, we've had so many big plays, you know, that kind of can distort, you know, your statistics.
David Rowley is the man that, Rowley actually is the man that is injured, and he's going to be helped off the field. Well, he'll come up under his own power, but boy, I tell you, the attrition right now is wild for the Tribe.
End of the game, guys are tired, get themselves in poor position.
Tribe had no fewer than 5 starters or close backups not available for this game to start it. They've just lost 2 on this drive. Trying to get some new numbers in there.
I'm thinking they're going to hand it to number 35. What do you think, John?
Well, be my guess. He's the tailback. H-back, fullback to the right side. There's the snap. And they'll hand it to number 35. Hitting the backfield, spins away, and now gang tackling for the Tribe back at the 6-yard line. That was Wesley Graves, the ball carrier, and Stuart Harrington, playing out of position, came up and made the play. Yep, there's Harrington. Missed the first tackle, but he slowed him down enough to give Gerald Williams and company a chance to make the play here, Kevin.
Yeah. It's a great job. He missed the tackle, got up and made the tackle.
Boring. Also, Jaden Boring was on the play. Gerald Williams was on the play. Third down. 3rd down and 5. 3rd and 5. Quarterback will hand the football off, hitting the backfield, and that is, he stopped. Wesley Graves back at the 6-yard line. No gain. Number 40, Stuart Harrington must leave for one game. Maybe he lost his helmet.
So one more than that was the biggest play of the game right now.
4th and 3. So they did their field goal kicker, clock running. 3:16 to play.
Not here. This is going to be their opportunity.
Quarterback will go from under center. Kevin White. He will roll out to the left side, be chased. Gets away from that man. Still being chased, and now knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Luke Banbury makes the play of the day. Wow.
Wow. That guy's fun to watch, boy.
And their coaching staff coming over and bear hug him. And when you're bear hugged by Bo Revel, you're bear hugged.
I'll tell you what.
16 tackles for Luke Banbury, and this there's not a bigger one than this one.
He's like a heat-seeking missile, this guy. What a nose to the ball.
Knocked him.
Third lane of the track, Jim.
Wow. Well, that's as much offense, as much weirdness as we've seen today. That's a huge Howard Hanna stop. And that's my play of the day. I don't get a vote, I don't think. Hand off up the middle.
What's the timeout situation?
2 timeouts for North Carolina A&T left, and of course the 2-minute warning. They're letting it roll right now, and so is William and Mary. Gain of 3 yards on that last effort.
Two first downs.
Second down and 7 to go for the green and gold. There's the clap of the hands. Throw back to the right side. That ball is going to be caught right at the first down. That's Isaiah Lamond. I think he stayed in bounds. Very, very risky play because you certainly didn't want to. Well, you know what? It was not a risky play because there was a 2-minute timeout anyway. So nice play. If you're going to throw the ball, that's when you should, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
2 minutes
absolutely.
to go. Tribe protecting a 4-point lead.
I did cheerleading.
3rd down and 2. Huge play here for the offense, and they run forward with it, and they came very, very close. Tribe thinks they got it. Rashad Raymond continues an outstanding afternoon of football. 114 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Offensive line with a really, really good job.
Playing physical.
1st and 10, ball at the 17-yard line. Tyler Hughes, the quarterback.
Take care of the ball.
Indeed. Hand off, cut it back. That's Rashad Raymond out to the 23, maybe at the 24-yard line. 6-yard pickup, and Coach Gibbs calls his second timeout.
In charge timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Well, the last time the Tribe had a player rush for 100 yards or more was the great Bronson Yoder. Last year versus Bryan, he had 146 yards.
Wow.
So Rashad Raymond does the job today.
That's terrific.
How about Clayton Dobler getting his second touchdown of his career? Defensive
How cool is that?
player.
Take care of the ball.
That's the mantra here in the last
take care of the ball.
minute 20. Snap and the handoff on the left side. That's Rashad Raymond. He'll be hung up a little bit before the marker, I think. It's now 3rd down. And North Carolina A&T uses their final timeout. Tribe on top, 38-34.
Granbury.
.407 yards. Kevin, I remember talking to you last week. You said if you get around that 400-yard mark, you know, you've had a pretty good offensive afternoon.
There's no doubt. When you're a good offense, you're a 400-yard offense.
3rd down and 1. Looking for 1 yard here.
Just one. Game over if he gets it.
Tyler Hughes snaps. Flag goes down. Yeah, may have jumped. He's going to throw that ball downfield, and it is picked at the 30-yard line. Wow. Wow, this one may come back, but if it doesn't, it would be a huge turnaround for North Carolina A&T as Aaron Harris came up and intercepted that football. We saw a jump before the snap, did we not,
yes.
Kevin?
Yes, yeah. The flag came out as I saw the guy lurch across the line of scrimmage, I believe.
Now, let's see. Big call right here.
Defense, the 36. 5-yard penalty results 1st down.
Yep, that's the call. 5-yard penalty. And we'll see the replay right here. Jump. And they got the ball. He got him. Good, great call by the official. And a fortuitous one.
Without a doubt. I mean, holy smoke.
First and 10. William Mary just needs to kneel down
Take
a
it.
couple of times. No more throws. I'm
That's
assuming.
I hope you never know. You never know.
There's the kneel down for Tyler Hughes, who's one happy camper. He had a heck of a ball game this afternoon. Tyler 7 of 15 for 157 yards and 2 TDs, but that's 7 of 15 a little bit. He also ran the football 8 times for 88 yards and a TD.
Yeah.
Second down and 11, but it doesn't matter. Just one more kneel down and this ball game will be over.
Wow.
Luke Banbury is going to be our player of the game. We'll have a couple of highlights for him in just a few moments. The biggest one knocking out Kevin White on a potential go-ahead touchdown a few minutes ago, and that'll be that. William & Mary will win this ball game and go to 2-1 in conference play here at Zable Stadium. Remain undefeated at A&T will fall to 1-5 on the year and 1-2 in league play. Final score from Zable Stadium, 38-34 William & Mary. Tribe had no fewer than 4 sacks today, so the Food Lion Feeds program will donate 4,000 meals to our neighbors in need through the Virginia Peninsula Food Bank. Congratulations for the team for doing that. And how about William Mary student college life just got more thrilling with the Busch Gardens Williamsburg College Pass. Students can enjoy unlimited visits, including the scares of Howl-O-Scream, plus unbeatable perks like free parking and in-park discounts. Go to buschgardens.com for more information. Luke Banbury was the player of the game. He's getting hugs from North Carolina A&T man right there. Their quarterback, classy move by Kevin White, who had a great game as well. And Kevin Rogers, we saw a pretty good game right there.
It was entertaining to say the least, Jay. You know what I mean? A lot of scoring, big plays.
Yeah.
But, a great win, because the way it started out, particularly in that first half, it did not look good for the Tribe. And I can't say enough good about how hard North Carolina A&T played in that football game.
Thank you to today's game sponsor, VCU Health, the official healthcare provider of the Tribe. For Kevin Rogers, this is Jay Colley thanking Pete Clausen, the director of broadcasting, and of course our great friends at Telemedia. Until next time, 2 weeks from today versus Elon, the final score once again from Zable, William & Mary 38 and North Carolina A&T 34. So long, everybody. Have a good evening.